Project 234 is a great boutique in Nolita. It's owned by a woman named Kim Fan, and she actually owns another store that's called Project 159. So Project 234 is at 234 Mulberry, so that's where the name comes from. It's something that true fashion people, even in New York where there's like a myriad of shopping opportunities, are always worried that they're going to get to work or they're going to get to a party and someone else is going to have the same thing. So Project 234 is a great resource because it's one of those tiny boutiques that stocks really kind of esoteric labels and vintage clothing. So if you buy something there, you're not going to see it a lot of other places, if see it on anyone else at all.
Well, we definitely have a specific concept in mind in terms of the customer. Both of our stores are for a downtown customer looking for, reasonable clothes that are on trend but different. We try not to have anything that is in a mainstream boutique or a chain just because this is New York and retail is very saturated. So we're always looking for a new designer or like a local designer or, just something up and coming that really expands what's out there.
A lot of those boutiques, even though the clothes are vintage, they can tend to be a little bit pricey.
They can be a little bit pricey. It all depends. And the owner at this store really selects everything herself. So you're not going to get a bunch of ratty old T-shirts and dresses that are polyester and are shrunken and don't fit well. Everything, it's vintage, but it's still really high quality. And especially with how styles are now, you see a lot of stuff that's taken from the 80s, from the 70s. So you can score a great vintage dress for maybe like $80 or $90, and it looks like something designer that you could have bought at Barney's for like $500 or $600.
We get new stuff every week. It depends, in the beginning of the season, then we'll get new shipments every day. And now it's sort of the end of the season, so every month or so.
If one of your girlfriends came up and they were looking for some clothes, how would you describe Project 234 to them?
It's kind of 2 in 1. They have vintage and, they have new labels. So, maybe you don't have a lot of time, you don't want to go to a vintage store and like a boutique. So they have a great selection. Again, it's all stuff that's very unique that you're not going to find anyplace else.
So for some unique clothes, check out Project 234 in Nolita. You're watching Time Out New York on demand. To order your own weekly copy of Time Out New York magazine for only $19.97 a year, call 1-866-929-1112 and always stay one step ahead.